Hello everyone, hope you are doing good and welcome back to my channel. Today we are at Daily Code Challenge, day 5 for the February month, and we have a easy question in front of you. Let us quickly discuss with this question. So as you can see, the question is question number 387, first unique character in a string. So see, these kind of questions are like very basic questions. You may, like for example, if you talk about the importance of this kind of questions, try to understand this factor. You may feel like that's very easy, I can solve it, but see, try to understand what is actually happening in the real industries. So in a interview, like let us say you are appearing for interview of some company, what they will do is they may give 4 or 5 questions, okay, and in that this will be one of the kind of questions, okay. So based on actually the 4 questions which they will give, one of them will be easy, then rest of two of them will be hard, medium, and the last one will be hard. So this type of question comes in the easier category, okay. That's why they mentioned it as easy. So this question, I know anyone can solve it, but remember you will have to solve it in the fastest possible way. So that's how you have to prepare while you are preparing for your interview. So I just wanted to give you this heads up so that you understand the real aim of why such questions exist, and where they are actually present in a real interview setup, or if you're preparing for real interviews when you are trying to change your company, or if you're a fresher, you're trying for a first company. So I hope you understand that. Now coming to the current question. So what we are given, as you can see, we are given a string and we have to return an integer as the answer. Let us see what the question is. So given a string s, okay, find the first non-repeating character in it and return its index. So please try to understand this factor. There are so many terms here which are that giving a different context here, but we'll have to understand what they mean together, okay. So we are talking about the first, okay. It means the first non-repeating character, okay. First non-repeating character, maybe try to understand this factor. In this particular string there may be many characters present, some of them may be repeating and the rest are non-repeating, okay. Among the non-repeating one, you will have to find the first one, okay. That is the basic what I wanted to say, and you have to return its index, okay. If it does not exist, that means if there's no non-repeating character, in that case there will be nothing to return, right? In that case you have to return -1, okay. Now try to understand this fact here. Suppose I start from the left and go towards the right, okay, like this, in this way. Now suppose I encounter this cell, okay, but since I have not passed the rest of the input, that is rest of the string, I do not know whether this particular thing will be able, like, will be non-repeating one or not, okay. So how do I know that? So one thing is very clear, I have to pass this whole thing, okay. So the minimum time complexity possible in this case will be often for sure, okay. You cannot do it anything less than that, because without passing the whole of the string you cannot predict if anything is present only once or more than once or something like that, okay. So they are talking about things which are the characters are present only once. That is what is called as a non-repeating character here, okay. So one thing is very clear. So I want to set your expectations clear, so when you see this kind of questions, or when different people will explain their solution, try to understand it, what is the question, and what is the best possible thing you can do here. In this particular case it cannot be less than O of n, okay. So let's see what I have done here, okay. See, whenever you have the need to think of what is the frequency of character. For example, in this case they're saying non-repeating, so that means we need the character whose frequency is 1, okay. In every such case, if you haven't following my video by now, I'm sure you will be knowing that what I will be using, it will be a dictionary in Python, okay. It's also called a mapping or a dictionary in Python, okay. I will print and show how it looks if you are watching my video for the first time, but anyway, just bear with me. Next, I'm taking the length of the given string, okay. I calling it 10, okay. So now this particular for loop will fill the characters in this particular mapping A, and it will add their frequencies as such, okay. What will happen? Suppose a character is witnessed for the first time, okay. Suppose, see, I means every character in this particular string, okay. So everything is called I here, okay. So what I will do, if the the character is appearing for the first time, I will do this, okay. What it means, I will assign I as a key here in the mapping, and their value will start with a 1, okay. I will print and show you for now, but just see this first. If it is occurring for the second time, what I will do, see, I don't need to assign anything again because it already assigned. I need to just increment it by 1, okay. So if I can quickly show you how it looks after printing, it will look something like this. So as you can see, it will look like this, okay. So as you can see, L is present only one time, E is present 3 times, okay. T is present only one time, C, O, and D, all of them are present only one times, okay. That's what it is. Next, this, remember, this is our O of n complexity, okay, because this is a for loop, and we are as a single for loop, we are not doing any extra for loops in this O of n, right? Now again, I need to go to the same string. What I will do now, see, here I directly went to the character. In this case, I will not go with the character, I will go with the indexes, okay. So I am taking range of n, okay. N is the length, okay. What I'm doing, by now I know that what if I see, in this particular thing, what happens is, if I supply a key, it will return me its frequency. Okay, that's what it is. So what I will do now, I will supply s of I to this particular mapping, and this mapping will return me the frequency of it. If the frequency equals to 1, okay, then return I. Now what I'm doing is try to understand this fact. They're asking the first non-repeating characters index. Okay, so whichever first character, because I'm moving from left to right. Okay, this I will move from 0 to n minus 1. Remember that. Okay, so that means left to right. So whichever character first I witness whose frequency is 1, that becomes my first non-repeating character. In that case, I will have to return 9. Suppose this statement is not executed throughout this for loop, what I will do, then we'll come out of this for loop, and then I will have to return -1, because none of the characters present have a frequency of 1. That's why this is not executed. Okay, in that case I will have written -1. So if I can quickly run this and show you, you can see that this works, and I have already segmented the solution and it is getting accepted. Okay, I will give you the link of this question in the description of the video. You can go through it. This was on the easier side, I understand that, but remember, see, the question is not about easy or hard or something like that. Remember, if it is easy for you, it will be easy for the other person as well, who is also competing with you for the same position in the same company. Okay, for the same package. So if such a question comes, you should be in a position to solve it as fast as possible. Okay, that's what you have to do. See, why I started with explaining the time complexity here is that, try to understand this factor. Most of you will try to do a solution which is very very efficient, because whenever the questions are easy, the criteria for selecting candidates is whose solution has minimum space complexity and time complexity. Okay, so in this particular case, that's why I showed you that it is not possible to solve it in less than O of n. Okay, so this solution also works in O of n, as simple as that. So yeah, friend, that was all for today. uh, yeah, it was on the easier side, but keep doing the questions. Definitely you will get an edge over others. That's something which I can definitely guarantee you, because I have seen that happening with myself. Okay, please try doing the questions. Definitely we learn something from some question, which will help you ultimately in your interview. So yeah, fun, that was all for today. See you tomorrow. Thanks a lot.